Hello everyone, once again to part 3 of episode number 27. I continue with the group of temples at Lakundi here, and in this part I cover Naganatha Temple, Halegundi, Basaveshwara Temple, Kumbareshwara Temple, Someshwara Temple and Manyakeshwara Temple. Lakundi has many more small temples which too can be explored too apart from my coverage. I begin this part with the Naganatha Temple.
कौन बनाया?
नागनाथ टेम्पल है सर.
ना राज्य
दाना चिंतामणि अत्तेमब्बे.
दाना चिंतामणि अत्तेमब्बे.
हाँ सर.
नागनाथ टेम्पल
लोकल में
एक्चुअली में जैन टेम्पल है.
हाँ जैन टेम्पल
है. अंदर वो नागनाथ बिठा दिया, लेकिन पहले तीर्थंकर
लोकल में नागनाथ टेम्पल है.
The Naganatha Temple is a ruined Jain temple in Lakundi about 1000 feet to the northeast of the Brahma Jinalaya. It was either originally dedicated to Tirthankara Parshvanatha or Naga deity, both being popular in South India Jaina tradition. Like all Jain and Hindu temples of Lakundi area, this temple was damaged and abandoned after the 13th century based on inscriptions found in Lakundi area. The abandoned temple was appropriated by the local Hindu community in the 19th century without changes to the Jaina motifs or original work after they placed a crudely formed Shivalinga block on the top of the pedestal in the sanctum. It is an inactive temple. The relatively smaller temple has a pillar porched, a Mukhya Mandapa with 4 pillars and a Garbhagriha. The temple likely had a Shikhara, but that has been lost to history. Like other damaged temples in Lakundi area, some broken parts of this temple have been put back and restored with new plaster of the modern area. The temple is almost attached to the neighborhood houses. It is really beautiful but hidden between the houses. The next temple I am going to cover is the Sri Halegundi Basaveshwara Temple in Lakundi. The temple is unclear as to by whom it was built. It is at a walking distance from Naganatha Temple and Kashi Vishweshwara Temple. There is a majestic Nandi in the black stone seated in the mandapa facing Lord Shiva, who has been considered in the form of a linga. The temple is being reconstructed part by part, and hence it is difficult to study the original architectural details and sculptures. The entrance doorway is profusely decorated with floral and foliage patterns, repetitive motifs, and linear and curved designs. There is a beautiful Gajalakshmi with an elephant on either side in the center of the lintel. The Garbhagriha is very beautiful and can be approached through a pillared mandapa. The temple doesn't have a shikhara, so it is possible that the shikhara is lost with time.
Hi friends, on the 94th day, I am traveling on to Dumble and then few leftover temples in Lakundi. In Lakundi, I am right now standing in front of Kumbareshwara Temple. This temple is really in a very bad shape. You can see the temple is permanently closed. People are staying around in the temple on the other side. There is no proper entrance, but it's a beautiful structure. Now I don't know what ASI is doing here. The temple is in a very bad state. ASI has put all sorts of rules in other temples, but when it comes to like saving real temples, I don't know what they are doing. You can see it's a typical Hoysala structure, and with the proper, like with Hoysala sculptures all around. This looks to be wonderful, but unfortunately very badly maintained. I am not even able to take pictures from a proper location. It is in such a bad state and covered by houses everywhere.
The Kumbareshwara Temple is in the eastern part of small Lakundi village about 12 kilometers south of Gadag Betagiri Twin City. The temple had 3 shrines with shared mandapa and Rangamandapa open gathering hall. It can be entered from all directions. The temple is a Chalukyan era Shiva temple with no maintenance whatsoever. It is situated alongside the house with no entry point. In fact, villagers are using the temple for various personal purposes, and really ASI should be questioned for its current state. The temple's walls are flooded with exquisite sculptures all through. Next, I cover the very beautiful and famous Manyakeshwara Temple at Lakundi. One of the most beautiful and well-managed temple is the Manyakeshwara Temple in Lakundi. The ASI has maintained the temple very beautifully in a very big compound surrounded by a huge lawn. The temple is located in the northeastern part of Lakundi, close to National Highway 67. The ruined temple was among the dozens in the Lakundi area that were rediscovered in the 19th century by British archaeologists and scholars such as Henry Cousins. Much is original, but some parts of this temple have been restored. This is an east-facing 3 sanctums temple and is a living temple as puja is performed here every day. This temple is not dated, but features can be attributed to the 12th century. The standout feature of this temple is its Pushkavini or step well. The temple is one of the finest examples of Trikutachala temple with 3 sanctums of the 12th century. The beautiful temples along with the magnificent Muskin Bhavi that is in front of it exudes the grandeur, architecture, ingenuity and artistic excellence of the Hindu kings who ruled over this historically important city. Muskin Bhavi is a water tank Pushkavini from the 12th century. The temple was designed perhaps for the Trimurti and hence 3 Garbhagrihas has a common mandapa and an entrance porch supported by 4 pillars. There is a Shiva Linga of Shaligrama, also known as Lord Manyakeshwara, a manifestation of Shiva, often associated with a shining or jeweled aspect, consecrated in one of the shrines central and facing east and is worshipped daily. But the other 2 shrines are empty facing north and south. The Shikhara has also been destroyed. The external walls are largely plain but have interesting carvings, auspicious Hindu iconography, repetitive elements and miniature niches. The interior walls are bereft of decoration with niches but no sculptures. Inside is a notable inscription on its pillar which mentions the temple's attached school, a teacher and arrangements of Bhoga Mandapa, feeding hall for students. From what remains, we infer that it mentions about the construction of a Bhoga Mantapa as well as the teacher Kriya Shakti Pandita. It also mentions certain Baddiyara Basavisetti. A common design feature in most South Indian temples is the jali or perforated stone panels to allow light to enter. The simplicity of the design elements in the temple and the panoramic view of the Kalyani in front is a sight to behold. The temple has been renovated or rather assembled up to the lintel level. Rest of the structure seems to be parts of the original. The Mukhamantapa is followed by a Navaranga which stands on an elevated platform with 4 lathe-turned polished pillars at its corners. There is a passage around the Navaranga for devotees to enter and exit. The pillars are of 2 designs standing on a square base and bulky capitals. I conclude this part by covering the small Someshwara Temple just around 100 meters from the Brahma Jinalaya. The Someshwara Temple is a small but very beautiful and very significant temple in Lakundi. One of the least visited temples, but yet a typical Hindu style of architecture with a small mandapa leading to the Garbhagriha. The mandapa being approached through a 2-pillared Mukha Mandapa. There is also a small enclosure opposite the main mandapa containing the Nandi facing his lord. There are signs that the original temple might have had a shikhara and the current temple is highly renovated, but there is no proper information that I could find about the temple anywhere. Situated inside the bushes, there is a small approach road to the temple and it's a must visit. With this, I conclude this part. In the remaining 2 parts, I would be covering the temples of Gadag, Anigiri and Dambal. Till the next parts, do take care of yourself and bye for now.